Um, Hi guys. It's time. Hi, I'm Sean. If you don't know me, I am a massive Jurassic Park World fan. Um, and the trailer is here. I don't want to ramble too much, but I do know more than I'd like to know because just yesterday they put out that Vanity Fair article and they showed what I imagine are all shots from the trailer. Um, but I'm hoping there are still some surprises for us. But at the same time, I don't want it to give away too much because Jurassic has been kind of notorious for doing that in the past with Fallen Kingdom in particular, and I'd say Dominion as well, and the original Jurassic World. I feel like all the Jurassic World movies have shown too much in their trailers. Um, this is opening on a very negative note. I don't know why I'm doing that. I am so excited. Let's watch this trailer.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my god.
Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place. Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less?
Jonathan Bailey, your beloved.
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
We look towards Barbados, avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
Ooh.
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Maybe we should make it quick.
Ooh, cats.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors.
Ooh, Raptors.
The worst of the worst.
Raptors confirmed.
We're left here.
Is that what I think it is? Oh, it looks like a xenomorph. I don't know how to feel about that. Music. Dilo! Dilo! That was... Oh.
Survival is a long shot.
That is
What the hell are those?
a crazy shot.
Defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
Oh, spiny. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Wow. Overall good wow, but just wow. Obviously, we need to watch it again. Let's bump this quality up to HD. First, before I watch it again, first general thoughts. Surprise Dilophosaurus. That's amazing. I love Dilophosaurus. It showed more of the mutant villain than I would have liked. I see it growing on me. I like the idea of a mutant more than a hybrid. It feels more fitting for a Jurassic movie, but at the same time, I don't really think either should be in a Jurassic movie. And I gotta get a better look at its design. But I see it growing on me. I can see myself accepting it, especially if there's so much other great stuff in this movie. Let's start again. and actually put on subtitles to make sure I didn't miss anything. So, Jonathan Bailey's museum is being shut down. We saw this as a promo image. Don't go into the long grass. We've seen so much. So many promo images in this grass.
Medical breakthrough could save countless lives.
We all knew this was the end of the Titanosaurus tale. It's really cool. I hope we get a long, like an unbroken take that goes the entire length of the Titanosaurus, starting from the tip of its tail. Like, I hope this shot continues and we just pan the camera and it keeps going for like 5 minutes because it's gigantic.
It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
There we go. Look at them. Okay, so the sails aren't as pronounced. I was worried they'd be very pronounced. They are not. So this is Titanosaurus, if you don't know, which they are using as the largest land species, which they are getting the DNA from. The plot of this movie is they are getting DNA samples from the 3 most colossal creatures across land, sea, and air, and they're using that DNA presumably to help with a disease, which we know is heart disease from the Vanity Fair article. And so the species representing land is Titanosaurus. Look at that tail. That is gonna be beautiful to see in motion. Let me go back. Very cool. I do like this design. I like that the sails are they're kind of subdued. They aren't crazy. So I appreciate that. I'll accept it. I'm just happy to be getting this guy in Jurassic World Evolution 3 because if you saw my video ranking what animals I want to see in the next Jurassic World Evolution, number 1 was Argentinosaurus because I just want a gigantic Titanosaur, and we're getting one in Rebirth. It's not Argentinosaurus, but close enough. It'll fill the niche, you know, that I'm after. Gorgeous.
All these species exist.
What is that? Is that Pteranodon or Dimorphodon? Or is that supposed to be cats? I can't really tell.
Can you do any more?
I can guarantee your safety. Keeping more or less.
I love that, man.
He's your guy.
We're the best. Not moving things and people in places they shouldn't be.
That's the megalodon teeth that they're standing in. There was a set photo of this restaurant, I guess, and it has a giant megalodon teeth. She's standing or sitting right in the center of the megalodon teeth. I do not think Megalodon is appearing in this movie. I just think it's a cool visual.
We go towards Barbados, avoid government control, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
Cool. I like the look of the island.
No one's dumb enough to go.
This could be a fun sequence with treacherous, just little rock islands everywhere.
This island is the research facility.
So, it's sightsee. I'm okay with it. I think it's kind of a fun idea. It is a little silly that, you know, the idea was Nublar was the park and Sorna was like the breeding grounds, which implies that it was also where they did all the research. No, what they're saying is Nublar was the park, Sorna was the breeding, and this island, Site C, was the original research. Anyway, so it's adding more stuff to the lore, like how Fallen Kingdom added in Lockwood and was like, this was John Hammond's business partner, and we're like, okay, sure. It's doing more of that. I can accept it. I'll be okay with it. There's the InGen on the side. That is a Velociraptor. It's giving Alien Resurrection. I don't know how to feel about that. I imagine, oh, this is probably like the first successfully cloned Velociraptor, you know, something like that. Oh, that looks like a face hugger. Interesting.
We need a from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
I hope they don't say that all throughout the movie. I hope someone corrects him. I hope Jonathan Bailey is like, actually, only one of them is a dinosaur. The other one is a pterosaur, and the other one is a marine reptile. Both of which are not actually dinosaurs, but whatever. So those are supposed to be Quetzalcoatlus. That's a little fun Dominion reference, right? Let's look at you, Quetzalcoatlus. So, yeah, they moved the horn. The rumor was it looked like a hornbill, and they had moved the crest down to the tip of the beak. And that is true. But this is not the size of an F-16. It still looks cool. I'm okay with the redesigns. All of the animals in this movie, or at least most of them, have gotten pretty drastic redesigns, and before we even knew that that was, according to the article, that is a result of them being some of the original clones, and they are filled with mutations. They aren't quite right, and that's their justification for giving them these redesigns. And even before we knew that information, I was okay with the redesigns, because they're always redesigned things from movie to movie. And, you know, this means more variants for Jurassic World Evolution 3, so I'm always happy to get more content for that game. Maggie. Let's go back, actually. Okay, that's debris. I was like, are there smaller pterosaurs underneath him? No.
These dinosaurs.
This island is very pretty.
We're too dangerous for the original park.
Okay. Oh yes, we get a look at the raptors, and yeah, it's kind of like white. Ooh, I'm curious. I assume it'll be really close to the rumored design. The rumored design for the raptors is that they're white, and they have some quills on their heads, similar to Jurassic Park 3. I mean, I think it'll be really cool. The raptors specifically get redesigned, I think, the most between all the movies, and so I'm happy for the next iteration, you know, of raptor. Let's look at this guy. Oh, he walks on his knuckles. Very kaiju. Very almost gorilla. So it's gigantic, of course. I did not want the mutant dino rumors to be true, but as I said, I think I see myself accepting it. I like it more than a hybrid you know. We'll see.
The worst of the worst. We're left here.
That is literally a xenomorph. What are you talking about? Ain't no way. Okay, the rumored designs were pretty close, but I'm just happy I don't know if happy is the right word. I like that it is kind of hunchbacked. Like, it's very visibly not a dinosaur. In Jurassic World, they introduce a hybrid, and even though they explain it in the movie, you know, a lot of people treat the Indominus Rex as if it was a real dinosaur. And we all have to be like, no, that is not real. At least this thing, they lean into the monster enough for it to visibly not be a dinosaur. That is an alien. Where are they in here? I love this music, by the way. I love when themes get kind of remixed. Come on. I don't know where they are. Inside some compound. I do enjoy a good cramped space sequence, though. It'll be cool if, obviously, she's shooting something. It'd be fun to have an encounter in such a tight space. What a pleasant surprise. I'm glad Dilophosaurus was not in any of the rumors, so I imagine it won't have much screen time, but any screen time for Dilophosaurus is appreciated. 2 movies back to back. That's awesome. Let me see if we can get a better look. It looks like it has some color on its face, which is cool. But the frill is the orange, very reminiscent of how it looked in Dominion. I just love Dilophosaurus, and so I'm excited. I'm excited. This is so interesting. There were like rumored rosters of the dinosaurs in this movie. The dinosaur roster for this movie was kind of leaked. And there are a lot of rumors, but I never heard Dilophosaurus come up. And I remember thinking to myself the other day, like, oh, it's a shame. You know, we probably won't see Dilo for another 20 years because it was used so sparingly in Dominion. But here it is again. I'm so excited.
Ourselves in a place
There's the Rex, obviously. And this is first we have to deal with this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Who's in there? Okay, well, first of all, this is them on the raft, presumably, and the sleeping T-Rex has just woken up. This is a sequence lifted directly from the original novel that screenwriter David Koepp had confirmed is the scene from the novel that they're going to be using in the film. So this is, presumably they're floating past a sleeping T-Rex, and this is right as it wakes up. There's more of this in the trailer, but first we have to deal with this thing. So this is either a flashback to pre-Jurassic Park, and we see kind of the fallout of the creation of this thing. They probably try to exterminate it, and it doesn't go according to plan. Or, I can't see the face. I don't think this is somebody we really know. At least I don't recognize him at first. So either this is a flashback to pre-Jurassic Park, or this is the climax of the film, and they are donning these hazmat suits in an attempt to put this thing down, probably lure it into some sort of like a radiation chamber, you know, something silly like that. But this guy has been trapped in there, and is like, don't push the button. I'm still in here with this alien dinosaur. I don't know, guys. Either way, I think that's what's happening here, whether it is a flashback or if it's the climax of the film. Kind of hope it's not the climax, because they should not show us stuff from that in a trailer. So this is the river raft sequence. T-Rex just misses him. So it's a fun sequence because there is a surprise element when the T-Rex gets in the water and turns out that it's actually a proficient swimmer. So we should be seeing a swimming T-Rex. Right now, this kind of looks like it's just like lunging in from the bank, but supposedly it will start to swim.
Survival's a long shot.
So obviously this was shown ahead of time. Imagine if it wasn't. Imagine if Vanity Fair did not include this picture in their article. How crazy it would be to see not just Spinosaurus confirmed, not even the fact multiple Spinosauruses are confirmed, but the fact that they're working with the Mosasaurus. This is like the craziest shot. Well, no, this is the craziest shot that they could have pulled. Where are you? This is the craziest shot that they could have used as a promo image. Thankfully, they did not do that. But this is still crazy that they showed this as an image ahead of time. But enough of that. I can't keep complaining. Spinosaurus is returning after since 2001. It has not been on the big screen. Returning from Jurassic Park 3.
How are those?
Look at Oh, there we get a little look at the head. Is it blue? It looks kind of blue. Gosh.
They're helping the Mosasaurus.
Did they kind of just snap at each other? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, Spinosaurus. And it looks like a paddle tail. That's a thick tail. So obviously I don't expect it to be perfectly paleo accurate. Especially with, you know, you have to wonder, because presumably these were created before the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. Meaning these are the ones with the mutations, and yet they're the ones that seem more paleo accurate. So I wonder if in the universe of Jurassic, they're like, no, the JP3 Spino is the more accurate one, and we're using the guise of mutations to include some paleo accurate Spinos, or at least more paleo accurate. You know what I'm saying? It's convoluted. The lore of what was created when, and InGen's list, and you know, everything, it's so wishy-washy. I do not vibe with the people who treat it like biblical canon, you know, like they're going to rewrite that shit every movie. So it doesn't bother me much of like, what, there's more Spinosauruses than the one in Jurassic Park 3, and they have paddle tails and blah blah, you know. I'm just like, cool, I get to see it on screen. We'll worry about the canon later. They aren't even worried about the canon. Which is a note for them. I wish they would keep track of their canon a little bit better, or at least stick to what they did for the DPG website, the marketing for Fallen Kingdom, had a lot of tidying up loose ends in the canon, but I feel like they haven't really addressed that or stuck to that, and I don't know.
The hell are those?
They're helping the Mosasaur defend territory.
Look at them. The Mosasaurus in the background. I don't know, man, that's crazy. I do hope Spinosaurus gets its own dedicated sequence that's not with the Mosasaurus. I'm sure they'll appear later in the film. I take that back. I'm not sure. But either way, this is going to be an awesome sequence, hopefully.
Hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
Tee hee hee. Let's look at you. Oh, hang on. Is that its eyeball right here? Are its eyes like really far apart? Oh, look at it. I wish it wasn't so blurry. But we get a really good glimpse at Spinosaurus.
You just said is good.
I like the design. Oh, there we go. Interesting. Oh, it does have a short neck. The rumor was that Spinosaurus in this movie would have a really short neck. This is not as short as some of the interpretations were. How do I feel about it? I don't know how I feel about its head shape. I don't know how I feel about it. It almost feels too short. It does feel kind of smushed. It's kind of giving pug, Spinosaurus pug. But again, I see it growing on me, especially because those sails look so good and supposedly they have the paddle tails. I just need to see the whole animal to get a gist of its proportions. Like that's an alligator. And then we got the Mosa, which is looking real cool. So obviously this is not the Mosasaurus from the Jurassic World trilogy, which is a shame because that thing was ginormous. So it made sense that that was, like, that animal specifically was what they were going to be going after. But it doesn't look like that's the case. And so I'm hoping they at least address what happened to that Mosasaurus. I mean, I guess presumably it just died out, right? Along with all the other animals. After a certain number of years, it died out, and all that's left are these animals around the equator. If not, I was hoping it was the entire equator, but this is suggesting it's only this island, and they're back to just being on an island. And I don't vibe with that. But either way, it's not the Mosasaurus, but it's a chance for a new Mosasaurus design, you know, which looks good from what glimpses we can get of it. It looks more paleo accurate from just the head shape. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I am as excited as ever, but I have my reservations, you know. Let's go back to the money shot. Let's go back. Where are you? You're right here. No, come on. Hey, slow down. I have reservations. I hope this thing doesn't get a ton of screen time. You know, it makes sense. It makes more sense to have a mutant in a Jurassic movie than a hybrid, because, you know, the whole thing is that these dinosaurs are clones. They are clones from, you know, blood, the mosquito and the amber, and we are cloning these dinosaurs from past versions of themselves, basically. And so it makes sense that as that technology is being developed in, what, the 80s, and so it makes sense for that sort of retro version of this technology that troubleshooting it, there would be some troubleshooting, and you would get some things early on that did not turn out quite right. I like that idea more in a Jurassic movie than being like, oh, we need something cooler for our hyper successful park, let's just make up a new dinosaur, just mash some together to make a new one, and then following through with that with like, let's make a smaller version of that for military use. I never vibed with the hybrids. I don't like hybrids. And I don't, oh gosh, does it have 4 eyes? I don't vibe with the hybrids. I've never vibed with the hybrids. I could see myself vibing with this more, with the mutant, because it makes more sense that there would be mishaps in the technology when they were first using it. I wonder if this is the first dinosaur ever cloned. I imagine it's just a T-Rex, that something went wrong, you know. So we'll see. We will see. Here, let's put on Dilophosaurus, because Dilophosaurus is in this movie. That's one of the biggest surprises. That is the probably biggest surprise in this in this trailer. So I am excited. I hope it sticks the landing, you know. Okay. I think that's all from me. Thanks for watching. I will be there supporting my favorite franchise, you know. My next video is going to be another one on Evolution 3. I'm going to talk about skins and variants, which now I might as well mention. Kind of glad I held off, because I might as well mention some of the stuff that we will inevitably get from this movie. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!